is time now for the Blue and Gold Show, and it's brought to you by Coast Central Credit Union. Our host with the most, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know him, you love him, you can't live without him. It's Mad Dog.
That's me.
Good morning, Mad Dog.
That's me right there.
Yeah.
Well, Warrior fans, welcome to another edition of the Blue and Gold Show, brought to you by Coast Central Credit Union. In the studio today, I have Del Norte Youth Football's AAA and Del Norte Varsity Wrestling coach Clint Shad in the studio. We're going to talk all Warrior sports this morning. Clint, thanks for getting up this morning.
Oh, good morning. Thanks for having me.
You just got done working out.
Well, in theory, yes.
Yes. Maybe you got a break from the workout.
I went to the gym, and then I came here, so it counts.
Yeah, so I'm your reason for missing the gym today.
Exactly.
Perfect. So the Del Norte Warrior football team hits the road tonight as they travel to Petaluma, California to take on the 1 and 2 Trojans. JV game at 4:45, and the varsity game will start 7 p.m. Pre-game show will start at approximately 6:30. Del Norte is coming off an impressive victory last week against LaSalle Prep, dominating at home, winning by a final score of 42-7. Del Norte led 7-7 after the first quarter, and the home crowd thought we could be in for an exciting game until the floodgates opened. Del Norte scored 4 unanswered touchdowns in the second quarter, and the Warriors led 35-7 at the half. Del Norte finished the game with 43 rushes for 328 yards. Coach Shad, it's been an impressive first 3 weeks for the football team. What stands out to you the most after seeing how they're started?
What stands out to me is it's a pretty balanced attack. They have a fantastic running game, but their passing game's come along quite a bit. I got to watch the home game last Friday, and OJ playing quarterback had a great arm, made some fantastic passes, and their running game looks great. The offensive line is big and strong, a lot of returners. They're gelling well together, moving the football. Defense, Coach LaFazio has those guys dialed in as well. I mean, all around, they look very balanced, no real weakness, and they seem to be getting better every game.
Well, taking a look at the pregame, that was the first game you got to see. So the eye chart before the game, I mean, was it just me, or did it look like we were a little outmatched when it came to the numbers and not in a little bit of the size, too?
I think numbers, they had bigger numbers than we did, that's for sure. That doesn't always translate to anything. At the end of the day, you could have 50 players, but only 20 are going to see the field. I mean, as far as size goes, yeah, they were taller, but I don't think height is the deciding factor. We got some big, strong young men out there that might not be 6'4", but they play like they're 7 feet tall.
Absolutely. We talked a little bit, I kind of pointed out the front line for the Warriors and asked if any of them wrestled, and you're like, no, they don't.
No, we're trying.
We're trying.
Yeah.
I tell you, that front line with King, Faulkner, Slayton, Showerman, the sophomore, and Timmy Thompson, all 5 of them, like you said, not the biggest guys out there, but what do you notice from linemen? They do well.
When I've seen them, they play well together. Their blocking schemes are dialed in. They get to the right place at the right time. They are strong. They do drive block well. They're quick. They use that to their advantage.
Yeah, you watch a lot of the film. It's a lot of keep their feet pumping too.
Oh, yeah.
They do a good job and very athletic, and you can tell they put in the time in the off season to make sure they stay strong. And I think the biggest thing in the first 3 games of the season is the emergence of Connor Long. Connor Long has really grown up within the program and has turned into quite an athlete.
Yeah, I've known Connor for years. I got to coach Connor for years there in wrestling as well. He's always had big heart. He's always had a lot of drive. And I saw him about 3 weeks ago for the first time this summer, and I think he's grown about 4 or 5 inches and has become big and strong to go along with all that work ethic and drive.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a beast out on the field. Well, talking about beasts, let's talk about the girls' tennis team. Girls' tennis team improved to 2-0 in league play, defeating Redwood Prep 7-2, followed by an 8-1 drumming of Fortuna. The Warrior tennis team is back at home to put their undefeated record on the line against St. Bernard's on Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Clint, You got a special athlete on this tennis team.
I do. My daughter decided to become a tennis player this summer, and she loves it. I'm super excited for her. She got her first win this last Tuesday, so that was exciting.
Clint, we were talking about a little bit before we went on the air, the etiquette when it comes to tennis. Little different than wrestling and football.
It's different. The fans need to be quiet, and you can clap a little. The girls ref their own matches, so the sportsmanship is pretty impressive. And really, what I think they've done by beating Fortuna 8-1 last week is they told the football players, get with the program. Because they're not going to lose to Fortuna, so neither should football.
My daughter Taylor was unaware why we couldn't honk the horn when we went by the other day and yelled "Go Warriors." She was really disturbed by that whole action.
Yeah, it's a gentleman's or the ladies' gentleman's sport, so to speak. I would be horrible at it because you call your own ins and outs and fouls, and I'm pretty sure I would always cheat. So.
Yeah. But what a great opportunity for those girls. I got to go watch, and they're very in tune, and they seem to have put a lot of time in the offseason, and it's paying off. 2-0 in league play.
Oh, yeah, they're doing great. Coach Rivers Brown is his first year as the girls' head coach. He's doing fantastic, and all the girls are smiling and having fun, and they're winning, so great combination.
Absolutely. And Del Norte Volleyball took a rare loss on Tuesday to Brookings Harbor, falling to the Bruins 3-1 and falling to 5-4 in their young season. The Lady Warriors Volleyball will be tested in a highly competitive tourney in Red Bluff this weekend. In soccer action, both boys and girls fell to always competitive Fortuna Huskies on Wednesday. Boys losing 2-0 and the girls falling 4-1. The Del Norte soccer teams will now take a break and will host St. Bernard's next Saturday at home. Game times 1 and 3, and I had a roving reporter down at the soccer game. My dad drove him down there, the bus kind of thing. And he said that both games are very highly competitive. And when it comes to soccer, Fortuna is one of the best in the area. So my dad said that I think there's good things to come with the soccer team, and both teams played very well. So we'll see how that works out. But why we have Clint Shad here is Del Norte Youth Football is in their third week now?
Yes, third week.
Third week. Been at home for the first 2 weeks.
And get to be home again this week.
Home again this week. And we got 4 games slated for this weekend. And let's first talk about the single A program. Big program, only one team. They're 1-1 and they play at 10 a.m. How's that single A team look?
Yeah, so the single A team this year, there are 36 players, which is a very large squad. It's the max amount you can have before you have to split the two teams. They came out, got their first win of the year 2 weeks ago, and they looked good in the process. Getting all those little guys and girls in the game is challenging for Coach Mark, but he did a good job of that. Looked really strong the first game. Last week they came out, had a really good game, didn't go their way, but those things happen. You can't win them all. And it's really all about having fun and learning the game of football, which is definitely happening at that level. And I'm sure they'll rebound this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And, when it comes to the 2 losses Del Norte took with the Jacks, the Eureka Jacks knocked off, I believe, the single A, and they gave the double A Gold their first loss. Was that right?
Jacks, they played... Actually, Fortuna was single A and double A. The Jacks played double A Blue Squad.
Okay, gotcha. And the 1-1 Gold team in double A division, they're doing pretty well also. Yeah,
so double A, I get a little confused there. Double A Gold is having a great season. They came out their first game against Hoopaw, kind of had the first game jitters, went into overtime and lost a close one. Bounced back last week with Coach Joey Borges getting things dialed in and had a really strong game against Fortuna. And it wasn't, I don't want to say it wasn't close, but it was, we were in the driver's seat the whole time.
Absolutely. You love to see that against a quality program like Fortuna. You always like to see that. And in AAA action, we got special news, as in we had 2 teams at the beginning of the season, and now we have 1.
Correct. We had 2 squads when the season started, got through the first game, and the board of directors decided that we need to come down to 1 team due to some numbers. We were getting some lower numbers, and with injuries, we thought it would be better for the kids and safer for them to have 1 team to work with. So we started that about 2 weeks ago, right after the first game of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. So trials and tribulations going to be good towards the end of the year. You're going to get these kids building, and it's tough for you. You're getting new kids mid-season. How the kids handling it?
Yeah, that's definitely a hurdle we're crossing. To add 2 teams into 1, you had 2 quarterbacks and 2 tailbacks and 2 fullbacks and 2 centers. Now we're getting them all together on 1 squad and trying to get that camaraderie going. We're getting there. Nothing's perfect, but we've come a long way. The kids are smiling once again. And at the end of the day, most of these kids go to school together, so we're not complete strangers. It's just a matter of getting us on the same page on the football field. And once that happens, we're going to be a very solid team.
Well, a lot of good things to come with youth football. 4 games slated for this weekend. Get out and support the Del Norte Youth Football program. Starts at 10. Last game's at 4 at Mike Whalen Field. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to talk about tonight's matchup and a little bit of wrestling.
Hi, Crescent City. I'm Robert Machado, manager of Coast Central Credit Union. Do you want free checking? We've got it with e-statements. Coast Central makes it easy and pays higher interest rates, too. Plus, we we have online banking and mobile banking, competitive loans, retirement planning, and much more. Experience the credit union difference. Personalized service that can't be beat. Come find out why we've been voted best financial institution for so many years. We're located at 660 L Street or visit us at coastccu.org.
Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Blue and Gold Show, sponsored by Coast Central Credit Union. In the studios today, I got Coach Clint Shad, and we're going to take a look at tonight's matchup. And 1-2 on a young season, the Trojans of Petaluma are a run-first kind of team and will suit up a range of about 40 kids. Clint, when a team suits up as many seniors as you do players, you would think it wouldn't be easy. How do the Warriors handle this kind of road trip and this kind of challenge?
The biggest challenge will be just the road trip itself. Riding on the bus all day, getting off the bus, getting warmed up and ready to play football. The players, the players aren't going to care about if they're junior, senior, freshman, sophomore. They're going to play football. I think the coaches have to game plan more for that. But Del Norte looks strong this year. They look level-headed. I don't see them being rattled by numbers or a road trip or if they have a lot of seniors.
So you're looking at a Petaluma team that came off a whooping. They got beat bad by Foothill of Pleasanton, 55-0, I believe. What kind of mentality do you think that crew has going home after a game like that and then facing a team like Del Norte?
That's a hard thing to come back from, 55-0. I don't know the details of why it happened.
Yeah.
They're going to be hungry looking for a win. They're at home playing a small town team, quote unquote small town team. They don't know us. They think, they're coming in at home, big numbers, a lot of seniors. They're probably pretty confident in their abilities.
Well, it continued issues with penalties. You're a coach. You understand how that goes. It's got to be driving Coach White crazy. Three games in a row, over 10 penalties per game, and over 150 yards in penalties.
Oh, yeah. I guarantee you Coach White and the other coaches are pulling their hair out on why they're having these penalties. I'm going to guess it's because the kids are having fun and they're excited to play football. So the energy is there, just getting that harness a little better. It's early in the season. It'll be all right. Probably
a couple of the best things that I've seen from the team this year so far, and it's going to bode well on the road. Time management, as in making sure we got the plays, and it looks like the turnovers. We haven't had any turnovers.
Right.
Unbelievable in three games in high school football.
Yeah. I tell you what, I'll give up a 5-yard penalty over a turnover any day. So keep the penalties rolling if we keep the ball.
Absolutely. So what do you think the keys are for the Warriors in these next couple of weeks? They got a road test here in Petaluma, and then we travel to Mazama next week. What do the Warriors got to do to stay perfect?
Just keep their game plan. Do what they've been doing. Come out, play football, stay level-headed. Reduce those penalties. They have a great program. They have a good thing going right now. Everything's firing all cylinders. Whatever the coaches are doing Monday through Thursday to keep that momentum, keep doing it. Keep having fun, and just polish it as you go.
Polish as you go. And quick shout-out for the Del Norte wrestling team. Always a great tournament. Circle it on your calendars. When's that opening tournament here at Del Norte?
We'll be home opening up on December 7th.
I tell you what, folks, it's one of the best tournaments in the North State, and we have the honor of hosting it right here in Crescent City on that Saturday. We're usually over in Wairika, but I try to give updates as much as I can and let you know who's in the finals on that Saturday to make sure you can get down there and enjoy it. It's a great time.
Oh, yeah, great time. Big turnout, lots of fun.
And lots of you guys always field some good teams from Oregon, too.
Yeah, we'll pull down some top Oregon talent. For sure, we need to get, they can come to us, saves us the miles.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you spend most of your season traveling then.
Yeah, we're on the road. We have one home tournament, and we pretty much don't miss the weekend with the tournament. So we're on the road every other weekend.
Gotcha. So a little wrap-up of our show today. We got Del Norte Youth Football this weekend. Mike Whalen Field. Probably going to be on the road for a couple weeks after this, so make sure you get out and watch the youth football, right?
Yeah, we're at home 8, 10, 12, and 2. The game times this weekend. We're on the road next week against Eureka. And then, we have a little stretch of road games.
So good luck to Del Norte Youth Football. And tonight, don't forget, game time 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air approximately 6:30 with your pregame show as we head to Petaluma to take on the Trojans. Big game for the Warriors. Anytime you go down to North Coast section, opponents down in the Bay Area, and you can bode well, it always does good for your rankings. And once again, thanks for coming in, Clint.
Yep, thanks for having me, guys.
All right, Mikey, back to you, buddy.
All right, that is it. Big game tonight, folks, as Mad Dog and John head down south here for the big game. 6:30 is the pregame. And to 7 o'clock to kick off right here on 97.9 K-Pod Country. Also online at kpodfm.com or delnortsports.com.
Toby Keith, Miranda Lambert, Brad Paisley.
Hey, y'all, it's Thomas Shred.
Hi, folks, this is Keith Urban.
Hey, it's Luke Bryan.
KPOD FM Crescent City, your St. Jude radio station.